Minions. I'm Malia. You know who I am.
I'm Emily.
It's Emily. If you follow my second channel, you probably know who Emily is. And we created the EDU tag, which is what we're going to do right now. So the concept of the EDU tag is that you pick an EDU specific channel. You don't really have to, but that's ideal. And then a normie channel. And then you ask each other to explain things that you don't think that they would know how to explain. Essentially, I'm just going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about and go crazy. I'm ready. Let's
do this.
Let's do this.
First question. Malia.
Yes?
Please explain to all of us the significance of African talking drums.
African talking drums are African drums that tribes in Africa used to talk to each other over great distances. And it was like Morse code, and they'd beat out a drum beat, and they'd be like, "How you doing, Stan?" And then the other guy'd be like, "Oh, he wants to know how I'm doing. I'm doing fine, Gene."
So African talking drums are drums that people used in Africa to talk to each other over long distances. But the reason it works is because African languages are tonal languages. So they would actually be beating out tone changes in the words, so they would have to use a huge quantity of very poetic language to get across an idea like the moon would be something like the big ball in the sky that goes overhead in the nighttime.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yay, you did it! I actually kind of got that one.
Yeah, you did. You did great.
Okay.
Please explain to us who Ada King is.
I've heard this name before.
Yeah.
So Ada King is a chick who...
That's true.
Ada King, she discovered the way that your car gets clean in a car wash. And it was very important because up until then, people just thought it was magic. And they're like, "Why is it all of a sudden clean? It went through this magic machine." And she was like, "Science."
Okay, so Ada King was the very first computer engineer. She actually wrote the very first program for Charles Babbage's machine. She wrote it before the machine actually existed. So she wrote software for a computer that didn't exist.
That's pretty awesome.
Or run.
That's pretty awesome.
This is a more modern question. I gave you two historical things. But recently we found out that the NSA is basically tracking all of the metadata on your phone. What is metadata, and what can it say about you?
Okay, metadata. It's like the data history on your phone. It's like you go to a bunch of websites and you use your metadata to go to these websites. It's like the way that you are able to do internet. And it says that I like Reddit a lot, and also I like to take pictures of my lizard and send them out on Instagram. Follow me here at this handle.
What you're describing would actually be more accurately called tracking cookies.
Tracking cookies.
Which are the things that track your behavior on, like, websites. But mobile phone metadata is actually who you've called, how long you've talked to them, when you talked to them, and everywhere you've been. And the NSA can actually use this data as in a two-hop system where, like, if I call you and you call one other person, they can take that data to, like, develop, like, who our social network is.
What?
And they've actually used this data to do things as complicated as predict whether or not a woman was pregnant based on when she called her female family members and how long she was on the phone with them for.
Holy shit.
And they're also using hops for things like, if I've called FedEx and you've called FedEx, that's basically one hop away from each other. So that means that everyone in the country is basically, I don't know, 3 or 4 hops away from each other.
So they're using the Kevin Bacon game to spy on our interests and find out when we're pregnant. Thanks,
basically.
NSA. Hey, so that was the EDU tag, and I tried my best. Well, I did pretty well.
Yeah, you did great.
I did half well.
Yeah.
A couple of them, and Emily did half well on the ones on my channel, because we did one, and I asked her about, like, television and music stuff, and you click on her face. I click on her face to go watch the video where I ask her to explain things that she doesn't know how to explain. Boom. Also, like, please do the tag. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really had no idea what I was answering. Man, you can tell, like, who the normie is in this video. It's right. Like, I keep doing this with my head, like, oh, it hurts, all the knowledge. So, if you want to share in the EDU tag, you go ahead and you make a video with whoever, and then you tell us about it via Twitter. These are our
With
Twitter
us
handles.
these.
The Twitter handles. And also just follow us. Why not? Bye.